Hey everyone and welcome back. I'm Mr. Stoltz. Today I want to talk about something a little bit different that I haven't mentioned on my channel yet. That is running. Today I want to talk a little bit more about running. Normally it tends to be traditional sneakers, traditional hyped up shoes, traditional Converse, Nike, Adidas, whatever it is. But today I'm taking a look at something brand new that I have not ever worn before. So a while ago I was on a mission to get a new pair of running shoes because I felt that, I have to go out running because I really like it. But I used to have bad knees, so I had to get the perfect pair for my knees and for my body. So I decided to go with Saucony. And let me just tell you a quick little story before I start talking about this one. I went to a bunch of different stores before I ended up with this pair. So when you're talking about running, you have to find that certain pair that fits your body perfectly. Not only your feet, but that will feel great while running, that's gonna stay in place and give that energy, that push, everything that you need. And I tried out Ultra Boost, Nike shoes, Asics, New Balance. I tried out all of them. I probably tried out 35 pairs maybe, and I ended up with a few different ones, and the last one that made it on my little list was the Saucony. So what I really want to say is that if you go out and try a pair of shoe, you have to find that model that really fits your foot. Depending if you have a flat foot or a high arch like I do, or depending how, like if you lean inwards, you lean outwards. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that later on, but it's really important to find one that is good for your foot, because you don't want to tilt in or tilt out, because that's gonna put more pain and stress on your joints, like on your knees and your hip and your feet and everything like that. So go out and really find a pair that is really good for your body. Okay, so Saucony, I've never had this brand in my life before. When I bought it, I was like, okay, hey, I want to get a pair that is perfect for my body. I don't really care what it looks like. I kind of care what it looks like, but I could go with a clownish shoe, because I think that a lot of the running shoes kind of look like clown shoes because there's so many colors, there's so much things going on. But this time around I felt like, okay, I just want a really good pair of running shoes that fits my body. So this video is more like an informational thingy, like they're gonna go say that, hey, go out and try whatever pair fits you. This happens to be the pair that worked best for my body, better than Ultra Boost, and I'll talk about that a little bit later as well. All right, so the pair I got is the Saucony Hurricane ISO, excuse me, ISO3. I've had a little cold, so that's why my throat is a little bit weird. Anyway, so Hurricane ISO3. I got it on size 11, and since this is a one take, I'm just gonna open up straight away. So it's not gonna be a fancy unboxing because I've already tried it out. But this is what the pair looks like. This is the Hurricane ISO3. It is an updated model from the ISO2. It is, for me, probably the best shoe, the best running shoe that I've ever had on my feet. So when you're buying a shoe, you don't want it to be too big, it shouldn't be too small, duh, but it should still really wrap around your foot, because if you're just walking around, for example, the Ultra Boost, this one is still pretty snug fitted, but it doesn't grip as tight like this one. I've run in this one, and it's, compared to this is not good at all for my feet, because I have a high arch. So in here, it doesn't give me that additional support. So if I'm running with this shoe, I'm gonna tilt inwards a little bit. And if I run with this one, because it has additional support on the inside, I'm gonna go from this to straight. So it's really important to find one that works for your body. So let's start talking a little bit about this shoe. So what this shoe has is that, first of all, it's a successor to the Hurricane ISO2. On the bottom part, it has an updated Lunarepik landing zone, that's what they're calling it. This entire sole here gives you that energy that you really, really need. Very similar to Ultra Boost, Nike, and all of the other ones. But this one really feels, when I'm running, all of them more or less does the same thing. Like it pushes down and then you explode out. You give that energy and then you can keep on running. So that's what happens with this pair of shoe. It's really thick at the back and it's just a little bit at the front, but it's just supposed to land and then go out. Really, really comfortable midsole. So that's one of the things that I was looking at when I bought this shoe. It has to be comfortable. It has to give me that energy, and it has to support my arc here in the middle, because I am as far away from a flat foot that I can possibly be. So the entire upper of this shoe is an engineered mesh upper. It is really, really lightweight. It will follow the shape of your foot. And that's where the ISO fit or ISO fit comes into place, because this ISO fit is gonna, if I open it up, this is kind of like almost like a sock-like fit, because it is sewn to the side of the shoe all the way here. So everything here is in one piece, and you have these parts right here on the side that grip around, so when you tighten it, everything will just grip around and feel really good on your feet. And I can't really get that feeling with this one. This one is tight and I love it. I praised this shoe so many times before and I really, really adore it. But now I'm talking about running and running only for my feet. Some people might say, hey, Mr. Stoltz, this is the perfect shoe for me, for running. And cool, that is super great. So this is only, I'm gonna say it again, this video is only about my experience with what kind of running shoe I needed, but then also give some additional information so you buy the right shoe for you. Not only the shoe that is probably more hyped up, because this is as far away on the hype scale. If this hype is right here, this one is -10. It's not hyped up at all, but it is a great, great running shoe. So like I said, engineered mesh upper. On the toe box, there is not any stitches at all. So that's what the engineered part about it is. Everything, there's no stitching at all. It has a reflective surface here on the side of the branding, on the side here as well, with the orange greenish part, and then also at the back. So if you're out running at night, you will be visible. The color on this one is a gray, black, and then what would I call it, neon green, something like that. But it looks really good, feels really good on feet. The ISO fit really, really grips around your foot. This midsole is 8 millimeters at the back, so there is a lot of cushioning. So when you're out running and this really grips around your foot up here, and when you're running, it's gonna push you away and give you that support and that energy that you really, really need when you're out running. As like I mentioned before, in here, for me, because I don't have a flat feet, this one is gonna push up and give me that extra support that I need. The Ultra Boost does not have that. It only has a little bit part at the back, and I'm happy that it has this, or else it would really be, now I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it would tilt a lot more inwards. So, other than that, there's not really a lot to talk about. I'm just giving you a quick look at this shoe, and I wanna do a little bit different thing than what I normally do. All right, so let's do this right now. I went to Spain a while ago, and I talked a little bit about this shoe. I was running with it, so let's cut to my running experience in Spain, and I'll be right back. So what I mentioned previously is that every single running shoe is very, very different from one another. It's about finding that special pair that fits your foot perfectly. And for me, it is the Saucony. This one is, for me, the perfect shoe because of several reasons. But one is that you need to find one that is perfectly balanced for your foot. Like you don't want it to go tilting out too much to the left. You don't want it to tilt out to the right. You want it to be as flat so that your knee and foot
does not bend its way in certain degrees. You want to find one that is really good center-wise, straight up, that is good for your feet, and therefore good for your back, for your hips, and everything else. And this is the reason why I picked this one. I went to a few different running stores all over the place, and I found, first of all, I tried out like 15 to 20 different ones before I found out my perfect model. And it was this one, because it had my arc in my feet. It's a little bit higher than normally. Not higher than normally, but for me it's really high, so I need to have one that puts a little bit more the arc that is a little bit higher than my, like an Ultra Boost, so to say, is a lot more flat compared to. So if you take a look at these shoes, let me see right here, I have a little bit of light right here. You can see that there's a lot more strength right here, so that means that it's gonna put more strength right here. So that means that my foot is not gonna be tilted inwards, it's gonna go straight up. So this is the reason why I picked this one, and also a few other reasons as well, but it's about having your feet flat and not tilted inwards and not tilted to the other side. So that's what it's all about. Finding that perfect running shoe for you that works for your feet. So like Ultra Boost is probably one of the most comfortable shoes I've ever had, but for running, no. And for my feet, it doesn't really work because it is too flat, and then the outer sole and then also the midsole is more or less one type of boost. It doesn't add a lot of support. Ultra Boost has a little bit of support in the back, but this one has a lot of support in the middle and towards the front. It is really hot here, in case you wonder why I'm sweating a little bit. It is probably, what, 28 degrees Celsius here in sunny Spain. But yeah, as you can tell, it's all about finding that running posture that you really like, that keeps your feet straight. So it doesn't matter if it's Asics, Reebok, New Balance, Saucony, Nike, Adidas, whatever it is, you just gotta find a certain pair that fits you and your running style. So that was probably it. Back to the studio. I gotta go running for about 45 more minutes. I gotta get my workout going. All right, see you in a bit.
So this scenery is not as nice as Spain. I wish I was back in Spain making more reviews with the sunshine, the beach, the palm trees, and everything else, but reality hits me in the back once again, and now I'm here. I'm not complaining though. I love sitting here, but Spain was a real treat. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the outsole. The outsole is a so-called Triflex outsole. So what this outsole does, and while I was running, I felt that except the energy return from this and the ISO fit, it really gave me that, this entire shoe follows the shape of my foot while I'm running, but also with this outsole is that it follows the ground as well, kind of like other shoes, but it does a really good job. So this one is a lot more durable and will last a lot longer than this one. I've had this one for what, almost a year now, and it's almost starting to be really flat. But with this one, it is a lot thicker. So even though this one was built for running, this one is really built for running. So with all of this additional grip, all this extra material, you could run miles and miles and miles and miles, and you can still keep running because this will last you a long time. So it says Everrun at the back, and it is a really comfortable shoe. I don't really know what more to say about this shoe, but the one thing I'm gonna end this video with is the most important thing. Go out to whatever store it is, wherever you are located, if it's Foot Locker, Nike, Adidas, Asics, Saucony, whatever it is, go out and try a lot of different pair of shoes. Hopefully you can go to a store that will measure your foot with some kind of camera that analyzes your foot while you're running to see if you're tilting inwards, outwards, or if it has like a pressure camera, whatever, something like that, that's gonna measure your foot and give you exactly what you need. Because that is very important, because if you want to start running, not professionally, but kind of like semi-professionally or something like that, you have to find a shoe that is built almost for your feet. Like, I tried out shoes for several weeks before I found this one, and that really worked for my feet. So that is my tip for you guys. Go out, try a whole bunch of shoes, narrow it down maybe to 3 different pairs, and try those ones on over and over again until you're really satisfied. And then when you find a pair that works for your foot, just start running, because this will save on your hip, your knees, your entire body will feel better. And I guarantee you that. I've been running with a few other Nike, Asics, and so on, and none of them are bad shoes. I'm not saying that. I'm only saying that find a shoe that is good for your body, and this one happened to be the best shoe for me. This is the same price range as an Adidas Ultra Boost, so the price is the same. It's just that this is the best for me. So now I want to talk to you guys a little bit. Leave a comment down below. What do you guys think about running? How important is it to find that special pair? Or you're gonna say like, no, I don't care at all, I'm gonna run in Converse. Because I really want to know. I have a few of my friends that are marathon runners, and they buy the most advanced shoes because they are not running on the back, they're running on the front, kind of like I run like this. They run on the front a little bit more. So there's a lot of different running styles, running shoes, whatever you want to do. Some even run barefoot with these, I have to say, ugly, you know, when they go in like that, it looks like a sock with this toe wiggly thingy. I don't like it, that's why I'm doing this. Anyways, yeah, so leave a comment down below. Let's talk about running shoes. What do you guys think? Which one is your favorite pair and why? I really want to know this, because this is a really interesting discussion, and especially now when summer has started, so you can set a goal. I've started to set a goal. I want to run from my work all the way back home to my place with this. I just started a while ago, and I'm at half of that distance. I have to work up my yeah. It takes a beating for my body. I'm not really used to it quite yet, but I'm getting there. So that is my goal for the summer. So leave a comment down below and let's talk about running shoes. So if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad to see you here. Click right here to subscribe and hit right here for more videos like this. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon again. Take care.